Are you sick and tired of using the same old lame insults with your friends and your peers and your arch rivals on a day to day basis? Well, we're going to change that today as we are going to be providing you with new, more intelligent, and insulting words today. What's up? You're watching Tito Talks English Mondays. Once again with your favorite Tito Miguel, who loves to make English conversations and topics easier to understand for both agents and clients. Magandang Monday po sa atin lahat. Thank you so much for tuning in today for this extra special session of English Mondays. We've got a very interesting, I hope you find this interesting topic for today. 7 intelligent insults for the modern savage. Yes, we're going to be talking about humanity's favorite pastime, questioning each other's morality, intellect, character, background, parental influence, and lineage. Of course, of course, of course. What could be more fun than making fun and poking fun at other people? And with the advent of social media in today's marketplace, insulting people has now become so rampant and so commonplace that the usual insults you already have, they no longer have the sting that they used to have. Back in the day, if you called someone stupid, it really hurt their feelings. But now, if you call someone stupid, it'd probably mean very little, and they'd probably call you something worse in return. Where's the pain? Where's the sting? Where is the seething hatred that comes in a well computed, well composed insult that digs deep into someone's character? It's no longer there. So for today, Tito's gonna help you upgrade your insults by providing you with 7 unique, well thought of, and existing and researchable terms which you can use to insult your friends, your co-workers, as well as your rivals. But before we get into that list, please do note this list is purely for entertainment purposes only, although the words are real. And yes, you can find them in the dictionary. I advise never to use them with your clients. So, let's get started with number 1 then, shall we? First off, is this one's a personal favorite of mine. This is pronounced as troglodyte. And by definition, a troglodyte is a person, or the term troglodyte refers to a person or group of people who live in caves. So it's another term for cavemen. And this term is usually used to refer to people with very reclusive attitudes or people who adopt very backwards ideologies or outdated ideas and practices that are no longer accepted or are already deemed phased out or are wrong. Wow, you still think that the size of my head determines my intelligence? You're such a troglodyte. This next one's also really, really nice, and this is pronounced as sycophant. And the term sycophant refers to someone who likes to, quote unquote, kiss behind or kiss ass. People who like to curry favor by pandering to a majority or to a very powerful or to a high status quo person. These are the people who cannot stand on their own in social gatherings and in social exchanges and would prefer to side with the more powerful side, and therefore they would pander, they would kiss ass, they would flatter in order to pursue their self-interest. These usually are people who are very weak in character, and and thus deserve the term sycophant. Oh my god, he's at it again, laughing at all her corny jokes. What a sycophant. You're gonna love this term, as this one is pronounced as sciolist. Sounds very, very classy and sounds very, very deep, but this actually refers to someone who is very, very shallow. Not in terms of physical attributes, but shallow in terms of understanding. A sciolist is a person who pretends to know a lot about something, but in fact only has very, very little knowledge about that subject matter to which they claim expertise. Wow, ang galing magturo sa chess, pero Pero di naman naglalaro. Sayo list lang pala. If you'll notice, this term can be used with a hint of sarcasm, especially if the person you're referring to does not know what a stylist is. In fact, if you want to use it as a practice itself, it's also referred to as stylism. While that may sound very classy and very smooth, it is very, very insulting. This one is for all of you people who have to put up with their with their gossiping neighbors almost all of the time. And yes, I do have friends like that. This one's for you, quidnunc. And a quidnunc refers to a person who loves or who aims to always have the latest news, or rather the latest gossip. In short, chismoso at chismosa. Calling them quidnuncs is another term to refer or to highlight their activity of having nothing better to do than to pry into the private lives of other people. Ayan na naman siya, nakikipagchismisan sa labas. She's such a quidnunc. Ano, pinagchichismisan mo na naman ako, you little insignificant quidnunc. This one's for the academic at heart, an ideologue, which is mostly used in political debates as well. You'll hear this term being used by intellectual heavyweights such as Ben Shapiro and Jordan Peterson, and I did pick up this term from them. An ideologue, while that may sound positive, is actually quite negative, because an ideologue is a person who is blindly advocating a certain ideology without any regard for practicality or without any regard for any possible counter-arguments. Basta dito ako. Wala akong pakialam sa sinasabi mo. Basta ako, makaano ako. Basta ako, dito ako. And I'm pretty sure you'll find a lot of people who fit this term, as ideologues are people who no longer listen to reason and are blindly loyal to a certain faction, to a certain political side, or to a certain idea. These are people who are no longer open for debate, no longer open for open discussion, and of course, no longer open to changing their minds. They are as stubborn as they are impractical. And what do we call these people? Ideologues. The last two we're gonna discuss, of course, for the more common types of insults, we've got one for the ladies and one for the men. This one is pronounced as strumpet, and this is another term for a female prostitute. Yes. It's not enough to call them the HW or the WHORE anymore, but now you can add more flair to your insult by using the term strumpet. Oh my God, you slept with him? That's such a trumpet. And finally, this last term, if you got strumpet for female, then you've got Lothario for male, which is also another term for gigolo. Now, the term Lothario came from one of the most popular pieces of literature known as the novel created by Miguel de Cervantes, also which is known as Don Quixote. This was a very, very long novel containing the adventures of someone pretending to be a knight when he was really a farmer. And in one of these novels, a character was introduced by the name of Lothario, who is someone known to be unscrupulous in the seduction of women, or someone who only likes to seduce women. And in more common terms, Lothario is used to refer to men who practice this, or you can also use the term Don Juan, Gigolo, Don Luis in more familiar Filipino cultures as well. So there you have it, 7 new insults to upgrade your insulting vocabulary. Please use with discretion, most advisedly with your friends who won't take it too personally. I hope you had as much fun diving through this selection as I did researching and coming up with it for you. Please stay tuned for this coming Wednesday, as we will be diving into the history of insurance. So thank you so much once again for your time. This is your favorite Tito Miguel, always saying, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.